Oh, hey, it's Roland again. Do you know where I am? I was all set to get on a flight to go home, but then it got delayed by an hour, so I thought I might as well make up the time and walk the rest of the way. And I got lost. Oh, well, we're in it for the long haul. Might as well rest a bit. I'm actually quite surprised. Despite going 2 weeks without food or water or sleep, I'm actually doing considerably well. Ain't that right, Piggy?
Piggy?
Yeah, you're right. I probably should do something to recuperate. I could always go to the Dollar General across the street. I'd really rather not, though. Oh, I know what I can do to keep myself entertained. I'll play something on my laptop. And anytime I'm traveling, I always have the urge to play one game and one game only. But I don't have that game, so we might as well play Sam & Max Hit the Road instead. The amount of nostalgia that I don't feel right now is insane. So Sam and Max were always characters that I had memories of. I definitely have seen them around for about as long as I can remember. I just never stopped to look into them. I always got Max confused with the GameStop bunny. I understand why you don't want to talk to me anymore. I had figured Sam and Max were mainly from the old series of adventure games by Telltale, since they were always what I remember seeing them in, but boy was I kinda wrong. The creations of Steve Purcell, Sam and Max were first introduced to the world in the comic book series back in 1987. Meanwhile, George Lucas's video game development studio, LucasArts, was seeing considerable success with now classic titles such as Maniac Mansion and Monkey Island. Steve Purcell was hired on as an animator and started making short Sam & Max comic strips for the company's newspaper, The Adventurer, all the while still making full comic books of the characters. Long story short, the characters were a hit at LucasArts, and Steve got to spearhead a full point-and-click adventure starring the two, Sam & Max Hit the Road, which was based on the 1988 Sam & Max comic On the Road. This is widely considered a classic, even outside of people who already like these kind of games. I remember knowing of this game. I honestly thought it was part of a series of similar games in this style, but I guess I was wrong. This is the only one LucasArts made. The next Sam & Max games were the Telltale ones. What a rare treat this is.
I can't use these things together. I can't use these things together.
Enough jib-jab. Let's ride this mania before I dehydrate.
Friends? Friends? We've only gone out together 3 times, and already you're telling me you just want to be friends?
Ah, yes, the iconic opening. How could I forget? I think that's Sam? I'm kidding. That's Sam. So the game starts on an incel joke. Hey, it's a start. The science guy is gonna kill this lady because she doesn't want to pursue him romantically when Sam and Max come to the rescue. This is actually a really nice opening. I really like the art style, and it's got that good dry-as-a-bone humor that comes with these kind of games. Like, it's definitely stilted and a bit awkward just from the sake of being a point-and-click game. Like, characters often have to wait until they stopped moving to speak and all that, but they somehow make it work for them.
Hello.
So they decapitate Bill Nye, leave the lady for dead, and the opening credits run. We've already seen this, let's skip that. And here we are in the office. Now, I've played through this game once before, and I'm a bit ashamed to say that I used a walkthrough for most of it, so this time I'm gonna rely purely on memory. Here's hoping I don't f it up. And I guess this is a spoiler warning. If you want to experience this game and solve the puzzles for yourself, do it. Do it now. It's a great game, you'll love it. But I'm gonna be talking about some key things that may ruin the experience, so be advised. Anyway, let's get started. Now comes the tradition of the old computer game, figuring out how the the interface works. You gotta appreciate the thought and care that developers put into how their characters move and interact with the world around them. It truly is an understated part of the game, but damn can it be confusing. We are fortunately past the days of text-based adventures and things like that where you need an oracle just to know how to move forward, but Sam & Max Hit the Road isn't the most intuitive. It makes sense, it's a slow-paced game, you're encouraged to take your time, but I'm so used to point-and-click games where you just click wherever you want and then a little menu shows up with selections of how you can further interact with an object. Here you have to select how to interact with something first, then click an object. And you have a plethora of options. The 5 senses: tappy hand, grabby hand, squeezy hand, eyeball, and teeth. We can do anything. You can either select an action from your little box of goodies or switch between your options by right-clicking. It's not too clunky, it honestly doesn't even take too long to get used to, but I sure do love complaining. The aim of the game is to solve a series of puzzles until you reach the end. You do this by talking to people to get clues, picking up items, using them with other items or your environment, rinse and repeat until the credits roll. It's a really simple example of this kind of game, but it works incredibly well. We do what Mom always told us and don't leave home without our mouse, home money, and light bulb. Then we go to the street and talk to this cute little cat.
You talking to me?
Adorable. Adorable. We get our mission from the defiled piece of paper and it leads us to the carnival. This here map is how we traverse the world. I like the implication that any time you need to go to a different place, you're forcing Sam and Max to drive hundreds of miles only to forget something and have to drive all the way back. It's at the carnival where we meet our clients. I hate you. So these two have hired Sam and Max to locate the carnival star attraction, a Bigfoot named Bruno who escaped the block of ice he was in and took another of the park's attractions, Trixie the giraffe lady, with him. We set out to find and return the two, and it is at this point that I realize just how much of the game there is. There is so much on each screen to take in, and most of it is completely unnecessary. Like these guys, we never speak to them again for the rest of the game, and everything else in this room is completely useless, except for the hand of the jar, of course. We need that. It's not a bad thing. I like that there's so much to take in and have Sam comment on when you make him look at it, but it can be damn confusing on your first time around since you have no idea what tiny little thing is a thing you can pick up or will be important later. Fortunately, I have the luxury of completely sidelining it since I've gone through this rigmarole before, which only leaves me a little empty inside. Talking to people is usually only good for getting context clues for how to solve puzzles. If you already know what you need from them, then the dialogue in this game is cut in half. I try to still talk to people though, if for no other reason than to appreciate the voice talent in this game. So, first task, scour the carnival for clues about Bruno's disappearance. Anyone up for a game of Whack-A-Rat?
I won something.
Nice. Let me pick it up. Oh, we didn't mean to play it again. So we get the flashlight and use it with the light bulb. Aren't you glad you remembered that thing? It sure would have been frustrating if you didn't have it and only find out that was all the way back at the beginning. Now we can ride the tunnel of love and see what's hiding in the shadows. Corn dogs? Dead guy? Buttons? I'm lost. I forget what it wants me to do. Fortunately, this game has a saving grace item, Max. There are so many puzzles in this game where the solution is just to pick up Max and throw him at it. It feels kinda cheap, but considering the characters, I should have expected it. I like how the dynamic between Sam and Max is depicted here. We control Sam as he combs through the scene to find clues, while Max just kinda walks around aimlessly. It's really cute, but sometimes it's annoying when you need to wait for Max to catch up with you. We found the mole man! But he won't help us out until we give him pecans. Alright, I know where to find some. We gotta go to Snuckies. There are 3 different Snuckies locations in the game, and they're exactly the same. It's a nice touch. The only difference is this little extra item you can get. Bootleg Sam and Max merch. Alright, weird kinda meta, but I guess I can get behind it. You can get paper dolls, coloring books, and the obvious champion of them all, the car bomb game. This is actually just a really fun battleship game you can play whenever. I always make sure to pick it up. Anyway, let's get the pecans.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I asked you if you needed to go before we left. Sir, can we use your bathroom?
Here's the key. Now, anything else I can do for you?
You know I have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna need that key. Alright, let's go intercept Max. Oh, do I gotta talk to him? Do I gotta grab him? That wasn't prompt enough.
Here's your key back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
You piece of shit. Alright, come here, you little... There we go, got it. Now I feel guilty. Sweet. These kind of games always make me anxious. I love them, don't get me wrong. I love analyzing each screen to see what I need to use that will help me progress forward, but I'm always afraid I'm missing something. Combine that with a plethora of things on screen that you won't ever need to use, and paranoia ensues. What if I need to pick up dirt? What if I miss something that I won't need till the end game? You may think I'm overthinking this, but look here. Look at this corner. If this is the corner where I played the Whack-A-Rat and got the flashlight, that's all I need here, right? I can't interact with the skee ball stand. I don't even know what this thing is. No need to give it further thought, right? Nope. Obviously, this is a magnifying lens that is absolutely essential to the point that if you don't have it when you need it, you are completely stuck. And if you don't know that this even is a magnifying lens, you may look at it over and over again as you're desperately prowling the land trying to find out where you went wrong. Luckily, there's not too many of these sorts of items, but this damn lens is the worst. There isn't even a glare. I thought it was a hoop. I don't need a hoop. And the worst part of it is, the longer I play, the more I start to overanalyze the spaces I occupy in real life. I look at any object and think about whether or not it could be used for a puzzle. I picked up 9 rocks as I was walking because what if I need them? And here's another thing that bugs me. This game is really f***ing good. Didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, I know I just went on a nitpicky rant about how frustrating it can be, but I'd be a dirty liar if I said I wasn't having a ball overanalyzing this game. I keep catching myself just smiling as I play this game, and that's fun. The glue that holds this game together is the charm. The animations are so fun, there are many rewards in themselves, and the whole sense of humor not only is incredibly entertaining, it complements the gameplay surprisingly well. What? That's next level game composure. But yeah, it's so good. The humor is very stupid, but in a good way. It's deadpan all the way. Something weird happens and Sam and Max react as if it's business as usual. It makes for some hilarious scenes, but also clues the player into how to approach the game. If you're staring at a problem, how would Sam and Max approach it? It invites the player into the universe of this game and challenges them to give into the game's bizarre logic. I can't put it into words in a way that truly does it justice. It's just a beautiful melding of presentation and gameplay that raises this game from a great point-and-click game to just a great game. And the icing on the cake is Sam and Max's unabashed support of each other.
Hey, Max. What? Can you ring that bell? Sure. You're my hero, little buddy.
I love them. They're good for each other. That said, we're at a carnival, dang it. I want to ride some rides. Let's try the Cone of Tragedy.
Ooh, I feel tragically empty.
Me too. It's as though an integral part of my essence has been ripped from my being.
Oh, you'd hate Silver Dollar City. Hey, I lost all my stuff. I worked hard for that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get all that back. I got it all back. Plus a magnet that tells me to go to World of Fish. I do so. I always listen to such reliable sources, meet Woody Allen, get underwhelmed, and get told to go to the biggest ball of twine in the world. That, and I found a slip of paper in the trailer from earlier that tells me to go to Gator Golf down in Florida. Damn, this game just opened up. I'm pretty sure I remember the general order of things, but before I do any of that, I want to see what this little road down here is for. Back on the trail. Basically, this stage of the game just involves going to every part of the game that's available to you and getting as many items as possible from each so that you have them later. You want a bucket of fish? Too bad, it's mandatory. At the golf course, we run into our main antagonist, the country music star Conroy Bumpus and his bodyguard. Remember that from earlier? I sure didn't. I like their designs, but honestly, they're pretty uninteresting compared to some of the other characters we've run into. Ooh, I guess I shouldn't speak too soon. They just wiped the floor with me. Don't worry, Max, I'll save you with the power of golf. I'm gonna spare the finer details going forward. All you really need to know is we're going absolutely everywhere imaginable and the plot is slowly deteriorating. We go up to the mystery shack, find another mole man, but he won't help us until we get his mood ring from inside the ball of twine. I have the extendy thing and I know I gotta put the magnet on it so I can reach in there and get the ring, but I have no idea how to connect the two. You really gonna be picky about how I affix a fish magnet to a broken golf ball retriever game? I guess I'll just get all the other stuff I know I'll need. I use a bent wrench that Dave Ramsey over here gave me, unhinged a fish, and killed Woody Allen. Nice. Got the string from the ball of twine because
You always need a large piece of string in games like this.
I figured out I had to put the hand at the end of the grabby thing, but I can't get it out of the jar, so I have to go back to Snuggies. Cool. My hero. I almost feel bad about rendering your restrooms unusable. Not that bad. I'm realizing the caveat to the approach I took to this playthrough. It's really gratifying to zip through these puzzles, but it takes all the fun out of it. And that's the kicker with these kinds of games. It's hard to replay them as often as you would a game that has more options for exploration. While there is a lot to see here, the journey is pretty streamlined. It comes down to personal preference whether or not that's a good or bad thing, even when it comes to replay value. It's just something I noticed as we're going further. Fast forward a bit and we're at Conroy Bumpus' estate, Bumpusville. I found my way here all on my own through my keen intellect and resourcefulness. Oh, I see a wishing well. I'll bet you anything that's important.
I wish this game were over.
I take it back, this game sucks.
Hold it. Get back here.
Of course it doesn't end there. We still gotta save Bruno and Trixie, remember them? We found and rescued them, hooray!
Look, I'm not going back to the circus and I'm late for a party.
Oh yeah, the Bigfoot party. Where is it?
It's at Evelyn Morrison's Savage Jungle in picturesque Half-Life, Nevada.
Tight, let's go. I'm a hit with Bigfoots. They love me. Look at my style! And now I'm being held at gunpoint. Wait, tuning fork. Point. Don't worry, I got it. I'll make a trip on these golf balls. Flash him with the flashlight. Magnetize him. Throw book. Champagne. Stab him. I don't know what to do. I completely forgot the solution to this puzzle. I can't move at all. I can't use any of the items with him. I can't use max. I'm out of options. So now we just wait. You know, this is a great time for a rousing game of Car Bomb. I wonder if the game will let me play it. Yep, it will. How is this possible? Who gives a shit? At least it's something.
I win.
Okay, Max just destroyed me. Good game. And I'm still standing here. Can I just I can just take off the costume, can't I? I'm an idiot. So Conroy and his bodyguard are gonna steal my costume to blend in with the Bigfoots and take them down from the inside. I guess that's a crime worthy of the death penalty. Ah, justice. A dish best served on a plate. I don't know, man. The chief of the Bigfoot sees what we did and decides he's gonna make us honorary Yeti chiefs. What luck!
Can I have your attention, please?
Yeah.
And so I'm granting them the title of honorary Bigfoot chief. So don't mess with them.
That's it? Honorary Bigfoot chief? Where's the cash?
I can't use these things together.
So Chiefy here takes us to the final puzzle. 4 cryptic pillars that give you hints for 4 items that you have to give the chief to save his race. And staying with the style of the game, the items are borderline random. And there's a few that make sense since you don't get them until the very end of the game anyway, and there's nothing else that they could be used for, but there's some that seem like completely unusable items that you got a while ago. Oh well, I guess I shouldn't complain, we're almost done. We mix together all the ingredients and giant redwoods spring up all across the western United States. What does this have to do with our overall goal? For that matter, how does this help the Bigfoots? For that matter, why do I care? We save the day, give the frozen convoy back to the guys from earlier, receive no payment, and then shoot Bubsy a bunch. Job well done. And that's all she wrote for Sam & Max Hit the Road. If you're wondering whether or not I would recommend this game, have you been paying attention? This game is phenomenal. Even if point-and-click games aren't your thing, I would still recommend giving this game a go. It's on Steam right now, it's easy to get access to. I had a lot of fun revisiting it. Even if I did forget many key things, the animation is wonderful, the puzzles are fun and engaging, and it just leaves you feeling good inside. It's one of the few games I can think of that is just as much fun to watch as it is to play. That being said, you might not have liked watching it, and that's fair, I just ain't gonna invite you over anytime soon. The main downside really is that it's the only Sam & Max game in this style. This game feels much more like an installment in a series of games just like it, but it's completely on its own. LucasArts made no sequels, and while the Telltale Adventures series would go on to scratch that Sam & Max itch, I still find myself craving more out of Sam & Max's 2D potential. I don't know, I guess it's ultimately a good thing that I'm left wanting more rather than wanting less. It's a good game, go play it, simple as that. As for me, I'm just really glad it gave me a brief distraction from my own journey. But I think I should keep moving now. So until next time, I think it's safe to say that Sam & Max is...
Well, hi there.
Hi!
Hey, you need a ride?
Yeah, that'd be great. Can you give me one?
Well, do you have 10 rocks for me?
Well... Yeah, don't worry about me. I'll find my way home. Go play Sam & Max. I'll catch up with you sometime later. Until next time. Where'd Piggy go?